Welcome to another awesome Game Informer stream, and today we are looking at Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. This is on PC right now. It'll be coming to all platforms on June 6th. We are currently playing the new Warden class. Hey, what's up, Zinasugo?
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them. You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly. Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is. Lord Vivek, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of Ashlanders. My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering house. Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother.
It's in early access on PC right now.
Find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the out. Chodala went to meet with the Red Exiles leader and hasn't returned. If I enter the camp and have to kill any of those foolish outcasts... No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku.
I'm queued up for dungeon play, so we'll see if we can get a group for that.
You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Did you find my brother? Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't believe my brother would be so... It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising...
I think just the base game has most of the well-known voice actors, but I could be wrong about that. I haven't really done any research into any new voice acting.
Found it among my brother's possessions. Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's a Nerevarine, and
So hopefully our dungeon group gets going here, so we can show off our cool bear and DPS abilities in a more interesting setting than just questing around. But the island itself is pretty interesting. It's really neat to see Morrowind as it is, you know. Without getting into too much, they did a great job at recreating Vvardenfell. Hey, what's up, man? The story's okay. I wouldn't consider myself a real story-based player. I do like a lot of the changes that they've implemented, not explicitly for this expansion, but over the course of ESO's lifetime. The thieving stuff in particular is really fun, I think. Yeah, I don't know if I liked the overarching story so much, but I do like a lot of the characters and some of the quests. So yes, with this expansion, they have added the entire Morrowind region, so all of Vvardenfell. And and it is created basically exactly like the original island. It's pretty crazy. So basically there's a review embargo for June 6th, so I don't know how much I can tell you here about do I find ESO worthy of my time and my eyes. I would agree that launch was lackluster, and I would also say they've done many, many changes to the game since launch, including this expansion, that have added quite a bit of extra activities to do. Here, I'm going to zoom out here and show you the island here. So this is all of Vvardenfell, basically. There's a ton of stuff here. I haven't explored the whole island yet. There's a main quest line, there's all kinds of extras to do, there's a new class, there's lots of stuff. But again, I would say that the things that are attracting me most to this expansion as I play it are some of the things they've implemented over the course of the game's lifespan, and not entirely the stuff from this expansion. Although the Warden is a lot of fun. Stuff like thievery, stuff like that is really entertaining. I have a lot of fun doing that, like stealing a bunch of items, like going to the fence and selling it, dodging the guards. That's cool. That's cool stuff that reminds me of stuff I've done in other Elder Scrolls games. What kind of bagels do I like? I like Asiago cheese bagels and salted bagels. So the bear companion functions differently than a lot of the other pets in this game. The bear companion is a permanent companion and stays out after you summon him, as long as he stays alive. So it's permanent, and he's always your friend, and he does different moves once you summon him if you use your ultimate again. So he's sort of a permanent pet. This is a really cool pet tree that the Warden has. It's basically all summons. I'm hoping that my dungeon queue pops so we can go on an adventure here. And these bear puns in chat are getting a little hairy. To the comment, hopefully this will keep people intrigued for more than an hour. Yeah, probably. There's like 30 hours of just story quests, I think. You cannot ride on your bear, as far as I know, sadly. One of the things I like most, actually, is just exploring in the Elder Scrolls games, and I find that you can do that a little bit more effectively now in the way that they've changed the game since launch. I mean, sure, you can still go on the scripted quests and everything like that, and I'm doing that just to play through the story, but for me, it's all just about roaming around and finding new stuff, which is a big aspect of the game, I think.
I seem to have locked myself in. Who's out there? I recognize that voice. I knew you'd come and find me.
So questions about the bear. You cannot use it like a pack mule. You cannot ride it, okay?
The door slammed shut.
I wish you could. Maybe that's something like that. It seems like a great idea.
Do a dark elf a favor and open. There's probably a button or something nearby. In my experience, now you're just trying to prolong my agony. Divisible by 3. Try pushing the 6th panel from the left.
Push a panel divisible by 3. Man, what kind of, now it's making me think? Ah, wow. This game just lost some big points.
Oh, something just shocked me. Another obstacle overcome by the great Narcissus Dren.
Quest design is similar. It's similar just in structure to Skyrim, I think, for the most part. Basically, little vignettes that send you out to various Daedra. Some of them are really cool, others are forgettable. So a lot like an Elder Scrolls game.
I find that this indeed Veloth tomb. Now, Saint Veloth, perhaps it's more like one of them. And I couldn't tell you, but I work on an instinctual level. I know relics of historic value when I see them. Apprentice? Ah, yes. Ooh, this might be Veloth's long sought-after right pauldron. Ooh, remarkable hanging.
I would especially say that this is worth a try if you enjoyed the original Morrowind, because it is actually very impressive how accurate they got everything to that original game.
Now this
even though this takes place 700 years prior to it.
Need to find the entrance to the hidden passages. According to the old scroll, there's a secret entrance that leads to the... I don't see any obvious lever or switch. That's too bad. Examine anything that looks unusual. According to the... I don't see it. I need... Historical research is... I doubt there's anything related to St. Veloth in this chamber. Perhaps that dusty old tome will suggest suitable offerings. Dust makes me sneeze, so you should take a look. Still, the inscription on that pedestal might reveal something. Do give it a look, apprentice. Brazier ignited. That's a good sign.
For as much as I enjoy playing on PC, I hear this is like the MMO to play on console.
You're a natural. Although I suppose my mentoring has honed your talent.
Well, I don't know if it's slipped under anyone's radar. It's simply not out for consoles yet. This is the early access period.
Happy to see the ancestors are materializing. I find good. Oh, well done. Perhaps I should charge for my tutelage. We did it! On to the Undertomb, apprentice! No dawdling, apprentice. There's treasure near... Isn't it exciting? We're the first living creatures to set foot down here in more than 100 years. And that surprises you? Haven't you read my books? This is... We search. You lead the way, while I watch for the telltale signs of a valuable item of... Oh, that's a skill item. Nothing important in there.
With all the stuff they've added to the game since release, it actually is like, I know there were plenty of concerns. In fact, I had my own concerns when it launched, but it's certainly come a long way. I have no doubt that the dwarves will get covered again in some Elder Scrolls game at some point. Yeah, one of the big benefits of the Elder Scrolls Online, if you're not familiar with it, is that the UI is so minor. Like, the elements aren't there unless you're in your inventory screen or doing something.
Keep your eyes open for traps, apprentice.
Look at that guy. How did he get past the Wraith without fighting him? This guy's got hacks.
Pity that old scroll did. You keep bringing up that strange Nord woman. I believe she said she found this... What? No, of course not. She'll get a thank you in the fine print, but I track... I'm sure you can handle this. Well, that's not something you see every day. Great opportunity for you to impress me, though. I believe I see the treasure vault on the other side of this chamber.
As far as equipment level cap, I have no clue. I'm obviously nowhere close to max level on this character. You are correct, the release date on all platforms is June 6th. This is a early access period.
What a large vault! Imagine the expense that went into... So good of you to notice. I'm quite proud of my ability to turn... That's a rather ungrateful attitude, after I graciously... Almost certainly. The scroll clearly described a final treasure vault.
Yes, there are. On the island, there's lots of really cool stuff, including Dwemer Ruins, new enemies, and yes, I've had at least one Daedric-related quest so far.
Onward! You deal with this. I wouldn't want to deny you a chance to demonstrate your impressive combat prowess. Hmm? So many spirits. Why they prefer tombs like this is beyond me.
Oh, there's some really dangerous traps, yikes. No, the only skill lines that I have noticed have been the 3 Warden ones, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist, as you know. They can be attached to a wide variety of things, so... but those are the only ones that I've seen.
Tiles set in the floor.
And the Warden skill lines are pretty cool.
Panels on the walls. Do you see any differences? I suppose the order is important, but a few of the panels have fallen into disrepair.
What the hell? Oh, man. Oh, okay.
Think of the stone tiles set into the floor as a giant locking mechanism. Of course! But no two puzzles are ever exactly the same. That's where the conundrum comes in. Check the panels on the wall. That's it. Just step in the proper order and the way will be open. Did you see that flash of gold? A blessing from St. Veloth for sure. Come to Narcissus, you beautiful golden head, you! And look, another passage opens. That will lead to the treasure vault most assuredly. I'm just guessing, mind you, but I dare say that skull belonged to a son or grandson of St. Veloth. What a spectacular discovery! Nonsense! Did you see it? Emeralds for eyes, covered in gold! It's better than anything in my collection. Don't let odd sounds disturb you. I learned long ago to just hum the tune to the Red Mountain drinking song and keep moving forward. To the ancient crypt! My next book is going to be a trilogy for sure!
This guy is super annoying. I hope he dies at the end of this quest. He has it coming.
Well, this isn't at all what I expected. Not cremated ashes, a technique that predates the earliest.
I would love to sing that song, however, I don't know the words.
While you deal with any inconveniences that happen I expected your technique to be a little more graceful than that. This part of the structure dates back to the untrained eye. This appears to be nothing more than an unfinished cave. My eye is nothing if not trained, though. I suspect this was a ritual chamber of some sort. Ancient Chimer death rites were certainly practiced here. A good question. Do we offer up the past to the curious, letting them trample on the sanctity of the dead, or do we keep up?
Oh, the Stuart Little Super Replay? You'll have to ask Reiner about that one. To go all the way back around? Come on. Yeah, it definitely looks great. I don't know how I'm supposed to get back to this guy. So this is supposed to enter the treasure vault, but nothing happened when I went in there. Doesn't look like I can open the door again. Now, certain classes have pets, including the Warden. Oh, you're talking about cute pets. Yeah, sure. I got a stable of them myself. Big differences from the main game. Obviously, the biggest stuff is the new class and the new battlegrounds, which are 4v4 instance PvP. those are probably the two major differences outside of the regular gameplay. Like, the game is the same. It's just a lot more stuff to do and new ways to do it. I mean, yeah, all your characters will come over because it's not a new game. They haven't called it an expansion, but I mean, that is what it is. So, character Vvardenfell. You can start a new character in Vvardenfell, or you can, you know, bring your other characters over here and start immediately.
You there. Keep your head... Hope you're not looking for passage off the island. The crew's on shore leave, see? Ugly business. A deal gone bad. I work for an orc boss named Kartag. We're rope... Yeah. Came down on us like an arse-branded ogre. We gave as good as we got. Good on you for doing this, mate.
So there's a bunch of different ways to build the Warden, but I'm going with the magic build. New craftables. That's a great question. I didn't get into crafting a ton in the main game, so that's difficult for me to say, but I think all that stuff is sort of like level based. I'm not sure. So maybe. I'm sure there's got to be new recipes.
Slave, unless you'd prefer to lose some fingers.
No. You will not put me in chains again. No one will.
That's definitely something I'm exploring more of now, as the professions.
Thank you, stranger. I was near to slitting my own wrists. If Kartag told us to run, there was much shouting and confusion. Mobkir and Wewaska ran one way, and I ran the other. Difficult to say. Slaves are a valuable commodity. I suspect they would either kill us outright, or sell us back to our previous, far less than he deserved. Thank you, stranger.
I can hardly believe it. I'm free.
Let the beast bleed. A slow death is all he deserves.
Killed by a damned elf. What a way to go. Well, what are you gawking at, runt? You gonna finish me off or what? Looks like you came up short. It's poison, see? Dirty little shrimp douchey couldn't take me straight up. Had to poke me with a poisoned blade. Typical. Did the others escape? Jari and that lot? You do.
I think we will see Bloodborne 2 this year. I'd say we have about a 70% chance. If by C, meaning it'll be at E3, not that it comes out this year. Wildest E3 prediction. Oh, what does it take for a prediction to be wild? Am I supposed to just say something that'll never happen? Alright, here's my wild E3 prediction. 2D Metroid. Or maybe that's too wild. Let's just say Metroid. There's a lot of information about FromSoft floating around there that's like based on inaccuracies. So they're probably not making another game with the title Dark Souls in it. That doesn't mean they're not making Souls games. You know what I mean? Like the dark fantasy RPG has been such a staple of that company since the beginning. Like the Kingsfield games, Shadow Tower games, that like the predecessors of the Souls games, they're not going to stop making dark fantasy games.
Please, Sarah, do not hurt. Please. I will.
Oh yeah, they're big fans of Berserk over there. I can't imagine that won't happen. I'm sure it'll happen sometime. Here's another crazy prediction for E3, another Zelda game. Oh gosh, don't say that. Don't even say that. rule is we do not talk about the Zelda mobile game. The bear ultimate is super cool, and I can't wait to see what it does like after I morph it. Right now, like I said, I've stuck all my points just into the animal tree, so it's been pretty much by the book, damage spells. But that will change as I morph them. One of the really cool things you can do with the Warden is morph them to take either mana or stam, so you can build your casting animal companion person as like a melee specialist or what, a stam build, basically. Which is really cool. I'm not doing that with this build, but it's a super cool thing you can do. And all the Wardens I've grouped with that have been using the ice and plant skills have been very handy as well. They seem like a very versatile class that can be built out a bunch of different ways. What are your guys' crazy E3 predictions?
He's dead. Damn.
I know I'm going to order like 10 pizzas as Bloodborne gets announced. New Advance Wars. Man, I wasn't kidding when I said crazy predictions. Man, I would love to see that. Yeah, God of War, Spider-Man, though I don't think those are crazy predictions at all. I asked for crazy predictions. See, MD-Bet has it right. I was asking for crazy predictions, which Half-Life 3 is obviously a crazy prediction. New Advance Wars also counts as a crazy prediction. This is like where a world boss spawns. I don't know if it's gonna pop anytime soon though. The Great Hobo Lord. Yep, that's definitely an outlandish prediction. We got some good crazy predictions in chat. I'd like to see that. I mean, Shenmue 3, they already did that announcement, right? You can only do that announcement once. Maybe it's Shenmue 4. Demon Souls 2? Okay, yeah, well, okay, that's good. It's crazy, alright. Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. We might see that. I don't think after all this time that would be that crazy to see. BioWare Star Wars RPG. Yeah, I did ask for crazy suggestions, so that is one of them. On the podcast, you talked about really being into this. Oh, I don't know if I said that, but I did talk about it. Suggesting it for anyone who is mildly curious about the Elder Scrolls Online. Do I still feel that way? You're talking about when I originally saw the stuff for it, like the preview, when I first got to see this thing. Yeah, I would say this is like this is at one point, like, it's obviously an addition. It basically is an expansion to the game, whether they want to call it that or not. And at the same time, it's a massive love letter to the original Morrowind game. Just meticulously recrafted this island. It's very well done in that respect. I can't offer too many review impressions now, but I can on June 6th when the game comes out. But I do feel like if you... The thing is, like, the game has improved a lot since launch. If you haven't tried it for a long time, then you probably will enjoy it now, maybe, based on all those improvements. But it doesn't fundamentally change the game experience that's available in the current game. It just adds a lot more stuff to it, like small group PvP, which is really cool, 4v4 PvP, kind of stuff like that, instead of just the giant world PvP. New class, more dungeons, more stuff. And if that's a big draw for you, or the island of Vvardenfell and its quest chains and people and all that stuff are a draw for you, then yes, absolutely. But for me, it's been more the improvements they've made to the game since launch that are a bigger draw for me than the expansion content. As for the Surge, yes, I have played it. I am past the first boss, on the second boss. I'm not liking the game too much, to be honest with you. I like a lot of the systems. I think a lot of systems are in the right place. I think it's really cool how they're trying to play with new mechanics to the things, but I'm finding it really repetitive already, which is really scary that early in the game. And obviously, games have good repetition and bad repetition. Like this game, it's an MMO. You know, you're gonna grind some stuff. You're gonna do same dungeons, but in a game like that, I'm finding it's starting to pull away from me already, very early on. Like having to cut off, you know, limbs and stuff, like, over and over to get the pieces you need to craft better stuff. It's just, eh. And all the enemies are already feeling kind of samey. And the environments feel samey, and it's like... Hey, Video Gamer Man 12, huge fan of the mag, that's awesome, thank you. Yep, as I said, they really nailed it. Like, everything from the Telvanni spires to Every aspect of this island is really beautiful. Like, they really did that right. If nothing else, right? And I think they got a lot of things right, too. But Morrowind is Morrowind, and it looks fantastic many years later. The rumors about Minnesota being frozen are greatly exaggerated, I assure you. That I do. Yeah, Batical 64. We are trying to stream more and more often. We're doing our best. With all the work we do on the magazine and the website, it can be difficult to slot these in, but we're trying to be very proactive about streaming consistently and more often. new dungeon. So the enemies sort of scale with you now, like they would in Skyrim or in an Elder Scrolls game. I'm not fighting like elite monsters most of the time here. This build is pretty much a staple, like just I'm maxing my magical powers and magical skills, and that doesn't take any special kind of Dan tactics. You will find a lot more difficult encounters in the dungeon and group experiences, which were queued up for one, but during the day, it doesn't look like my group is popping. Right, so what I'm doing here, like obviously I am reviewing this game in the way that we review MMOs, but I'm only taking 2 hours off to come and stream it and chat and that kind of thing. In the big picture of how much I'm going to have to play this game, it's a very small amount. Yeah, MMO reviews are often very extensive as far as time requirements go. I'm gonna go try to find this guy south of me. He's got some nice flavor lines, I see. Oh, thank you for the kind words. You shouldn't have. Alright, if he's in here, I'm going to try to find him. Oh yeah, dude, Dead Cells, man. We don't like to, hype up a game too much in early access because it's still not out, but you can tell that that game is going to be something special. That's right, it is the Dan Tack, the one and only. With y'all for another 30 minutes.
were brave to tread here. I was brave once myself. How I miss the thrill of living. I have grown tired of fighting this thirst. Though it shames me, I can no longer feed off skeevers and scavengers. If I must consume mortal lives, they will not be those of the innocent. I merely cling to what's left of who I was. I am a
we found him, I
shame
see.
on my family and my order, but I cannot abandon that life. Here, an end to this curse, once and for all. I may be at the mercy of Molag Bal, but I will slake my thirst on his servants until my voice is heard. And if they deliver me to Cold Harbor for eternal torment, I don't expect mercy from a Daedric prince, but I can think of no worse fate than this disease and all it threatens to take from me. The ones who created me believe him to be our greatest progenitor. Only the Lord of Troubles knows for certain, but if I throw myself at his feet and beg to be freed of this existence, I will do so.
That is a neat Easter egg. Hello, Art Raider. And I would disagree with that. There's plenty outside. Like it's a large island. I'd say it's pretty dense, but yeah, there's some room to breathe outside of the landmarks. I was really hoping my dungeon key would pop. I have not gotten around to playing Yakuza 0 yet. I still have a lot of stuff I have to play this year. I wouldn't disagree. I probably will like it, and I am planning on playing it at some point this year.
Tales of make-believe may scare off gullible travelers, but not me. These Ashlanders in a wild superstition. They speak of spirits who take the bodies of mortals as their own, using them as puppets. A far-fetched tale, nothing more. I won't be haven't the foggiest. My people, why are you still standing? Ask them. But badgering me.
Do not be fooled by the
Hey,
man
what's up,
outside.
Gravy Biscuits?
Galala is not a spirit to be taken lightly. Galala is a body shifter, a spirit who expels living souls and uses their bodies as puppets. Though his spirit, if we knew.
Oh, the Sega War Chest. I don't know what I expect to see, but I know what I want to see. I get some Shining Force, you know? Shining in the Darkness. Phantasy Star. think everything Genesis is my answer to that question. Yes, ICC, I am aware of the heavy tack mana regen thing. I do it a lot when I'm in dungeons. Thanks for the tip, though. Thank you. It just isn't often necessary on the enemies that I'm fighting right now in order to do that regen during the fight.
Assuage your doubts, my friend.
Oh, Lord Thonlin must have found us a bodyguard after all. You'd have to be crazy to wander around here with all the ghosts.
Are you kidding me? Those games will all be out in 2018.
Lucky for you, this case seems standard. Just some mad spirits in need of final...
You mean until? You expect those this year? Oh yeah, maybe. That's a possibility.
Well, we have a name, Galala. That'll help us call him out, find out what's ailing him and all that. That'll make things a little bit easier, so long as he's not... Wait, what? That changes things a lot. We've only dealt with a possession spirit once. We lost our friend Lonnie dealing with it. She went to set her protection wards around the site. Standard practice is to scout for optimal placement. Find Farwen and make sure those wards do what you need to in order to get Farwen back. I'd love it.
I see the ghosts are still on my land at Theo, and here you are just standing around.
Do not distract me, stranger. I am imploring the old gods to help me settle the restless spirits of this place, and it is a conversation only for the faithful. My reputation precedes. I must apologize if you've come all this way seeking enlightenment. I would open your eyes to...
If you're talking about the Salt Striders, then yes, they are in this. Basically everything from Morrowind is in this. It is extremely faithful to the source material.
Your help is appreciated. I can fend for myself, but conjuring these wards is taxing, and establishing the wall... A body shifter?
Oh, well, you can't be a skooma dealer as far as I know. There are quests that involve skooma dealing.
Not good. These spirits are being drawn to where our wards might be placed. What we're up to. We need to hurry before it decides to stop toying with us.
Yep, 14 is getting a big expansion this year as well. Very soon. Probably do a stream for that one too.
More vital. I look forward to wearing your skin.
This evil has lingered here for a very long time, but have faith that the old god's power is far older. Clear the way and we'll be safe soon enough.
I'm going to be wrapping things up there in 5 minutes or so. Just to let you know how you get your final questions in. I was really happy to have you all here today for this Elder Scrolls experience. What headset am I using? This is a Logitech G633 or 366. 633? Yeah. Logitech G633, I think. It's my pleasure.
No! Touch the light! Set the ward! Ah!
My righteous friend, what are you doing with your hands?
It intimidates the ghosts when I stand like this. It tricks them into believing that I'm the one wielding this power.
You look like an idiot.
Well, at least the ward is keeping the spirits out for now. Which is good, considering we're nothing. We have to get her back, before it's too... I don't suppose he offered us a handy map. If we can lure a spirit into this ward, by breaking it down to its very end...
actually really enjoy this headset. It's cool, and that's not just because of the sparkly blue lights.
Place the essence in the circle here. We're ready to rise up, spirit, and be bound to my
This is a USB headset, so I don't know if you can use it on consoles.
Spirit, you will tell us where your master holds our
I spend most of my time on PC, so I don't know if it's compatible or not.
I will speak to the one who brought me here.
Wait, that's not how this is supposed to work.
Yes, you are. She clings to her ship. Your friend, I'm sure you do. I'd like to see how this ends, but alas.
There goes our Warden. Guess Farwin's spell could only hold so long without her being here.
Ward or not, I expect my land to be cleared, and soon.
We sure are out in the open now, aren't we? I hate to admit... I mean, I know you're supposed to be our bodyguard. I just didn't expect we'd need the position to be... Right. It's too dangerous to stay. All right, team. We're packing up and heading back to town. Our friend will handle it from here.
What? What are you talking about? You've hardly done anything. I expect you to clear this ruin, not run away with your tail tucked between your legs.
Alright, well that's just in time for the end of the stream, so... I don't know when the next GI stream is going to be. We do announce them ahead of time on the site. And we always put them on Twitter as well. Thank you for showing up. Thank you everyone for coming out. And this has been Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind.